Yes, people. How are we all doing? I don't need these on. I don't need these on. How are we all doing, people? Welcome one, welcome all. International breaks here, but you need some content. So I figured, so you don't have to watch all these boring ass international games. What we'll do every day on the Tom Little YouTube channel. Wow, let me just sort this out. What we'll do every day on the Tom Little YouTube channel is recap how the Reds players got on their international duty. We've got, I think, 4 games to go through. I'm going to hold my hands up. I completely forgot Colombia were playing, so I don't know if Luis Diaz played. If he did, we'll be going through that one as well. But I know we've got to talk about the Dutch. We've got to talk about the Argentine. We've got to talk about the Hungarian. Plenty to talk about today. We'll also do a little bit of just general chat, talk about the fact that Salah's staying, all that good stuff. If you're new here, you're not already, make sure you're hitting that like button, hitting that subscribe button, and turning on that notification bell so you don't miss any more content. So, the first game from yesterday was the Dutch. The Dutch played the Greek. So, we had 3 players featuring this one across both teams. And this is going to come across as shocking. I am prepared. I have come to a stream prepared. Can you believe it, people? You ready? Bang. I have my stuff ready. So, 3 players, Van Dijk, Cody Gakpo, and Kostas Tsimikas. Now, Cody Gakpo scored in the 31st minute. Virgil van Dijk kept a clean sheet, picked up a booking right at the end of the game. And Kostas Tsimikas, one of the best performers on the Greek side, even though Denzel Dumfries did get a hat-trick of assists, pretty much. Pretty solid game. I ended up watching this one. I didn't watch Serbia-Hungary, but I watched this one, and it's created an interesting conundrum, should we say, with the man Cody Gakpo. Now, he played off the left of a front three today. He played off the left of a front three. 65 minutes, got his goal, had one shot, got it on target, 86% pass accuracy, 36 touches, 4 key passes, which is mad. Obviously, for the Reds, Cody Gakpo's had a little bit of a, should we say, a slow start to this season. He had a little bit of a slow start. He's not really found the form that he showcased at the back end of last season because he's been playing out of position. He's been playing in centre mid. Hasn't really had opportunities to play in the front line per se. But one thing that we might have to start considering with Cody is, do we start to deploy him on the left? You know, this is a player who we bought when he was a left winger at PSV. Again, here he's played really well off the left wing. You can see sort of he floats around, but he's mainly off the left. But is that something that the Reds have to consider? We have an abundance of left wingers as it is. You've got Luis Diaz, you've got Diogo Jota, you've got Darwin Núñez. Are we going to chuck Cody Gakpo into that mix as well? And in turn, probably eliminate one of those other options from being a left winger in the future, most likely Darwin Núñez. Maybe that's something that the club have to consider, because he is a threat out wide. He's got fantastic crossing, fantastic playmaking out in wide areas. All this stuff, I think it's got to be considered by the football club. Obviously, Virgil, captain of the Dutch side, 90 minutes played, solid performance, won all his ground duels, almost all his air duels. Key pass, good long ball, actually, 88% pass accuracy. Not much to complain about there from Virgil van Dijk. And thanks, SofaScore. You stupid things in the way, so I can't close it. I guess we're not going to find out how Kostas done, unless I can do it like that. I can do it like that. There you go. Kostas won just over 50% of his ground duels. Good pass accuracy. Pretty naff cross sort of thing. But one key pass, good long ball accuracy, good dribble success rate, won some fouls. That's a pretty solid performance for Kostas, all things considered. Pretty solid performance for him, all things considered. Let's get through some of this chat, though, first, before we move on to the boy, Dominik Szoboszlai with Hungary. Big up to my guy, Daz Paladin. Happy that Salah is still here, even if we sold him for 200 million. FSG will probably only give us 40 to 50 out of it to spend, so best if he stays. I'll be honest, I disagree. I think the concern about selling Salah is a legitimate one, and the concern about what would happen in terms of how we go about replacing him is also a legitimate one. But I don't think it's for the reason of FSG won't give us the money. I think it's for the reason that the people in charge, whether it's FSG, whether it's the director of football, whoever, I wouldn't trust them to get the recruitment right. The shocking thing that I might say, I'm staunchly FSG out, but the one thing they've always done when they sell big is give the money to the manager or give the money to the recruitment staff to spend. That's something that they always do. You saw it with Torres, you saw it with Suarez, you saw it with Coutinho, you saw it with Sterling. Whether they spend it right is a different argument and a completely legitimate worry and concern. But they do give the money. They do offer the money to the manager in these situations. Big ups my guy Panascalis, big ups my guy Liam Belson. Every shirt that 2005 Champions League final. Luis Garcia on the back. You know how it is, Liam, lad. Van Dijk doing another carry job on that back line again. It's just what Virgil does, lad. It's just what Virgil does. Big ups my guy Red Chili. Big ups my guy Steve. Hi, Tom and everyone. How did Lucho do for Colombia? Did he even play? I'm going to be smart now and check if he played. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Oh, he did. Get in there. So we got another one to talk about. Maybe playing behind Nunes and let him drift out left. That's something you got to consider with Cody. That's something you've really got to consider with Cody. Be good one season back. Liverpool next game on TV should beat Wolves. They're poor. Liverpool always beat them. I think apart from last season. Big ups my guy K. I'm all good at him, mate. Gotta feel good for the Greek Scouser to get some playtime. Yeah, he'll be loving that. I'm someone who's quite critical of Kostas Tsimikas at times because I believe that the notion that he gets from other people that he's better than Andy Robertson is completely misguided, and I almost believe that they just see Kostas Tsimikas as a fantastic attacker and nothing else, and they judge others by alternate standards. That doesn't mean I don't want Kostas to get his chances though, because when he plays, he can be a very good player. I can see Salah leaving in the summer gives us a chance to find a replacement, and hopefully we'll still get the big bucks. I think that's the most likely outcome for all parties, although personally I'd love him to stay. I'm worried they'll replace Salah with Bowen. I hope not, but you can never rule anything out with this football club, can you? We'll need to get a proper structure back before we sell Mo. Fingers crossed about that, Neil. The Salah replacement will probably be Brandt with Jurgen controlling. Klopp likes him. I thought he'd left. I forgot Julian Brandt was still at Dortmund. Tom, did you know Szoboszlai and Mac played more minutes in 4 games than Caicedo's entire last season combined? That what? That doesn't surprise me. That doesn't surprise me, if I'm being honest. Because Cato was the sick note. And the fact I own one of his shirts is an embarrassment to me. It's one of them things that, I can never forgive myself for. What 3 Salah replacements are realistic? So my number 1 choice is Diaby. Moussa Diaby. Getting beyond that, though, is quite tough. It's really quite tough because I think what Salah gives you is such a unique skill set in terms of an all-round player. I'd probably go after him for a Leroy Sané type player. So Moussa Diaby, Leroy Sané, and then looks my guy Moveen. I've tried to have a little look into him. Ryan Cherky looks quite good. So maybe Ryan Cherky, but I wouldn't be shocked if Bowen makes that shortlist. Did I watch the Argentina-Ecuador game? I watched the first half of it. I did not watch the second half of it. Lionel Messi scored. That's as per. That's what Lionel does, isn't it? That is what Lionel does. Bowen is near 100 mil probably, so I might as well try and get Kvara. See, I might be part of the sort of minority here. I don't want Kvaratskhelia to replace Salah because I don't want to have to adapt a player that much. He's got to switch sides. He's got to play predominantly off his left foot. I just don't see it worth it, sort of thing. And to be honest, again, going to sound really sort of crazy. I think Kvaratskhelia is slightly overrated. There, I said it. I just think he's very nice on the ball, but in terms of his final ball times, it leaves a lot to be desired. I really like Tsimikas. He always brings energy and gives 100%. He always tries. I can't knock Tsimikas for that. It's just defensively I question him sometimes. Shaky is the one I want after Salah. Doko Coleman and Bradley Barcola. I mean, Bradley Barcola just went PSG. Probably won't leave there. I think instead of focusing on Salah replacement, we just need to reinvest the money throughout the squad. Similar to what we did with Coutinho. We didn't buy a replacement. We didn't buy a replacement, but we were ready to adapt in the sense that getting rid of Coutinho made us more defensively solid, even if you didn't just pounce Van Dijk coming in, because we went to a more balanced midfield. You became a little bit more solid defensively. There was external factors behind it. I don't think we can do that with Salah because Salah is too integral to our build-up. We had Mane, Firmino, Salah at that point who were all starting to come into their own, so they could pick up the slack. I don't think our attack is ready to pick up the Salah slack yet. I just don't trust Tsimikas defensively. I agree. Weghorst in on loan to replace Salah. I'm all right, Nicholas, lad. Gorat Scaly ain't overrated. He's better than Leao. Is he? I don't think he is. I still think Rafael Leao is a fantastic footballer. I think he's more. I think Gorat Scaly is a better creator, but I think Rafael Leao is a better fit for what I like personally. I think Rafael Leao is a player I'd prefer to watch more. I'd agree. I'd much rather Leao than Kvaratskhelia. So yeah, I got some support. But let's move on to Serbia versus Hungary. Now, the Serbians went ahead early. They went ahead early against the boy Dominik Szoboszlai, who, if you didn't know already, captains his national side at the age of 22 because he's just boss. So yeah, they went ahead thanks to an own goal from Szalai, the centre-back. But 2 goals in 2 minutes put the Hungarians back in front, and that led them to a 2-1 victory. Now, Szoboszlai, no goals, no assists, but 3 out of 4 dribbles, 90% pass accuracy, key pass, won over half his ground duels. It was a solid performance. 3 tackles as well. Really not onto, struggle with, that's impressive for Szoboszlai, especially because he was playing in more of an advanced role. Dominik Szoboszlai is boss. That's the best way I can put it. Dominik Szoboszlai is boss for his national side, for Liverpool. I love Dominik Szoboszlai. I think he's a very sexy man for one, but I think he's a very good footballer for another, and that is beautiful to see. I think he's absolutely superb, and I love watching him. I really love watching him, and I didn't watch this game. I've watched the highlights. He features in a number of highlights because he's just that influential. And we've got a real special player in Dominik Szoboszlai here. A real special player. Now, let's go check Argentina versus Ecuador. We're here to look at the boy Alexis McAllister. So, first things first. My midfielder gets a 7.4. He gets a 6.2. But no, McAllister, 77 minutes played, 85 touches, 93% pass completion, 1 key pass, 1 over half his ground duels, 1 half his aerial duels, had a shot on target, 2 interceptions, 3 tackles, really good box-to-box performance from McAllister, playing as a right centre mid by the looks of things, which is mightily impressive. But he's outshone Moises Caicedo again. £115 million compared to 35 million. Who's the real winner? It is us. It is us once again. But no, I'm interested to see what happens with McAllister at Liverpool in the future. Because obviously we've got the sign of Gravenberch, you saw Curtis Jones. I really could see McAllister being deployed a little bit deeper as the DM for the majority of the season. And these defensive numbers, we go back down to 2 interceptions, 3 tackles. They were made as a box-to-box, but if you can carry them into a DM position, you've got a brilliant DM there. It's just, are we going to be able to carry it over? That's the big question. Because if he can carry it over, then we're on to something real good. We're on to something real good in terms of a DM there, and it will allow us to use slightly. It probably allows us to employ Gravenberch and Szoboszlai together, which could be a really good midfield three. But it's a lot of pressure on McAllister to adapt to this new position. It really is. Now let's see real quickly how a certain. Where is he? Did he get subbed off? No, he stayed on the whole game. There it is. Mr. 6.2 himself. Lowest rated player on the pitch. 63% pass accuracy. Oh. He only won 6 of his 17 ground duels. 19 times he lost possession. 6 fouls. No. That is an absolute howler from Caicedo, who, by the looks of things, was on Macca's side. His direct matchup was Alexis McAllister, who ran the game. I mean, do I have to say any more? Let's just go. Let's have a little look to see when the boy Wataru plays. Because all Wataru has to do when he plays is get higher than a 6.2. So where are we at? So he plays tomorrow against Germany. All he has to do is get higher than a 6.2. That is shocking from Caicedo. That is shocking. I reckon it won't be long until he regrets that move. I really do. I think he regrets that switch because Liverpool was the place to go. Working on the Jurgen Klopp was the place to be. And the last game that we need to have a look at is Colombia versus Venezuela. Luis Diaz on the left wing, 7.3. One of the highest ratings in the match. The Colombians won 1-0. Rafael Santos with the goal. Diaz got 88 minutes in the tank on the left. 1 shot on target, 2 shots off target. Just under 50% dribble success rate. 87% pass accuracy, a key pass, 3 out of 3 long balls. Won 6 of his 14 ground duels. Lost possession less times than Caicedo when he's an attacker. It wasn't Luis Diaz's best performance by the looks of things, but he still started the season very well. Obviously, he's nominated for Premier League Goal of the He's nominated for Premier League Goal of the Month. It'll be interesting to see how we play this attack in the next couple of weeks once we get back, because we've got a lot of games coming up. I'm expecting to see some interesting attacking combinations get played by us. I really am. But all our lot won apart from Costas, and he couldn't win because he was up against the Dutch. Pretty good day, all things considered, for the Reds. And then it was topped off by the fact that the Saudi transfer window closed and Mo Salah stayed. Which is massive for us because, as I've been saying the past couple of weeks, if you've been watching me on any sort of channel, I still don't expect us to be favourites for this title. We are not favourites for this title. But having Mo Salah around, having what he gives this football club, means that if that door opens, if Man City slip up, if they get injuries, if they if they suddenly run into poor form and that door opens, having a Mo Salah leading this team in the state it's in gives us the best opportunity to step in and win that title. I stand by it. And I do believe this is Salah's last season. I'd love for him to stay. I'd love for him to sign a new deal and stay at the Reds long term. But unfortunately, I don't see that happening. I see him going off to Saudi, which is a massive thing for him. A hell of a lot of money, which I'm so happy he's turned down. So a lot of players would just go for the money. Salah stayed for the love of the club. And in a week where we've had players who we thought loved the club come out and say some stuff and do some stuff that we did, that, it just comes across in a very negative way. Having Mo Salah done what he's done is so refreshing, so lovely to see. And I believe he gives us the best chance of outperforming our expectations and winning this league title this season. I really do. He started the season brilliantly. goal or assist in every game. There's a lot to love about Mo Salah. There's a lot to love about Mo Salah. And if this is his farewell, then let's hope we make it a good one. Secure some trophies for him, mate. Let's go through these comments, though, before I have to end it. Sexy Sobo is too good. Game I'm looking forward to in international break is Scotland versus England. Andy Robertson playing. I enjoy these games when Liverpool plays in England. We don't actually have any Liverpool players in the England squad this time. We don't. First time in ages there's a Liverpool player in the England squad. Because we're Scouse, not English. Up the Scots. How highly do you rate Xavi Simons? I think he's a fantastic player. I think if he can just get a little bit more consistency in his game, then you're onto a real world beater. But I like him when he's on it. No, but no, there's not a lot of good right wings out there. Might be able to adapt to left wing to be okay on the right. I'd sooner just go Moussa Diaby, who is a natural right winger, than gamble on Kvaratskhelia. Szoboszlai still has room to grow, which is a scary part. Szoboszlai still has a lot of room to grow. That should be terrifying for the Premier League because he's already this good at 22. This is the thing I like about our midfield potentially. If McAllister can adapt to the 6 really well, and then all of a sudden Gravenberch settles in well, and you're looking at Liverpool with a midfield of McAllister, Szoboszlai, Gravenberch for the next 5 years. It's gonna cook, man. It is gonna cook. That's all I'll say. True, Tsimikas is a typical offensive left back. Sometimes needs some help with a defensive play. The one thing I always say about Tsimikas defensively is he still doesn't know what goal side means, and that is a worry. Sesko and Evans, upcoming hot prospects. Look, Sesko is brilliant. Evan Ferguson is a monster. Evan Ferguson is going to go for 150 plus. Brighton are going to make an absolute killing off him. 150 million. Caicedo got bossed by Mac. It's what Mac does. Mac for 35 million is a bargain. He is, and I feel that with Szoboszlai doing as well as he has done, McAllister's sort of gone under the radar, and people are a little bit disappointed because McAllister's not doing what Szoboszlai does. No, McAllister's still doing a fantastic job. Chelsea paid 150 million for the Ecuadorian Fred, man. I think it's a little bit offensive to Fred. He turns up for Brazil, sorry. Exactly, respect Fred. I think Mac 10 is the 6. Klopp will make him similar to Rodri. I don't think he'll ever be as good as Rodri, but I think he can be a good 6. But you will lose some aspects of his game. That is the one annoyance. Do you think United need the Gravenberch more, and you think Amrabat more DMs off the sands to complement Bruno? I think you needed Amrabat more than us. I think we both needed an Amrabat type signing, but you needed them more than us because you need to have someone who's got legs in that DM spot. So I wouldn't swap the signings though. I think Gravenberch is going to be boss for us. Said it from before we signed them. Mac reminds me of the genie thing. That's why Klopp's happy to play him in the 6. Maybe. End of the clear case here. That's just a well-known fact at this point, people. That's just a well-known fact. Hala from Ecuadorian Keita. That's offensive to Naby Keita. Naby Keita turns up with Guinea. He won't regret it. He was chasing the bag and secured it for 10 years. True. I thought, he might be on thinking about a football perspective, but no, yeah, if he's chasing the bag, he's made it, hasn't he? When are England playing? Are they playing today or tomorrow? Are they playing today or tomorrow? Let's have a little look. See here. Tomorrow at 5 against Ukraine. That is when they're playing. I've just got people arguing about Jordan Henderson and me Twitter replies. I have to go through it. Is Ake injured? He is, yeah. Obviously, he is. Stefan de Vrij came on. Oh, man, they've got Gvardiol. It's all right. They've got Gvardiol. Biggest my boy Ryan. To be fair, I don't know if Caicedo would fit our team at all mentally. I mean, seems like he's a very insecure guy. Could bring on a lot of problems. Jurgen Klopp would have managed Caicedo immensely well. This is the thing. Jurgen Klopp is one of the best man managers about. So that's just what he does. The king remains. Do you think Gravenberch and Mac can work together well in the midfield? I think in a lot of matches, but when we play City, for example, it could be peak. I think it would work against all opposition. I think what would have to change would be who goes in the front line. So I would have it. I think I've said it in a couple of spaces and stuff. You got Man City tomorrow. You'll play Man City tomorrow. My midfield 3, just because Gravenberch hasn't played yet, will be McAllister in the 6, Curtis Jones, and Dominik Szoboszlai. And then my attack would be Jota, Gakpo, Salah. I would add more defensive solidity by having a defensive attack. So Jota tracks back and defends. Gakpo tracks back and defends. That's what I need when I play these top sides. Lavia got injured in training today. Let's have a little look here. See what that's about. There we go. It's from Sasha Tavalieri. Romeo Lavia just got injured at training sessions today with Chelsea. Could be a muscle tear at the ankle. Look, I don't want a footballer getting injured. I don't. It's not a nice thing, but that's just their luck at this point, isn't it? That is just their luck at this point. If we sell Salah next summer, I think we'll try and get Liao. Still think Mush Diaby's the best. Mbappe's unrealistic due to wages. Simicast gives away stupid fouls. It annoys me. If Klopp had the choice of Gravenberch or Lavia, who do you think he would have chosen? Probably Lavia. But I don't know. I don't know because I don't know what he wanted. The fact of the matter is he got Endo, so maybe he wanted Gravenberch. Who knows? To be honest, I don't think he wanted either. Why can't you stream later for fuck's sake? I'm going out for Who doesn't go out for Friday night, by the way? Let's just preface this by saying it's a Friday night. I'm going to be going. I'm not. I love yous, but I'm not streaming at 8 o'clock on a Friday night. We're not going to be going out. Big up yourself, though. Big up yourself. Amrabat is massively overrated. Decent player, but I don't get the hype. I think United need Gravenberch more than Amrabat. United need defensive solidity in that midfield. Gravenberch would have just done what Mason Mount does, but with slightly more defensive solidity. But that would still not solve the issues they've got. They need an Amrabat to partner Casemiro. They need to go to a double pivot. Right now, they've got almost what is an inverted double pivot, which doesn't make sense. With Man U now having Maguire and Evans at the back, do you think we will get more than 7 goals passing this year? If they both play at Anfield, it's going to 8. It's going to 8. He's not overrated. Klopp wants him in Jan. Do you think Trent will be back for the Wolves game? I do. Did Klopp really want Amrabat? I don't think he did. I think if he wants them in January, he would have got him because he was only 20 million in January. So I really do. Love your content, by the way, mate. Love your collabs with Sam and James Redmond as well, class. I appreciate that, Nicholas. I look, they're all good people. They're all sound lads, especially James. Fuck a Sam. I'm messing. No, make sure if you're not already, make sure you're subscribing to both for Sam, Redmond, Big Six Banter. Anyone I collab with, they're all boss people. And make sure you're subscribing to me as well, player here. Caicedo is a double pivot player at number 8. I think that's why he would have worked, because McAllister would have naturally dropped into cover. Jones is a fantastic squad player, to be honest. Very happy with him. Oh! It's almost like this sudden change of heart. It's almost like over 12 months ago, last June, someone was right. Someone was right about Curtis Jones. Who was that who was right about Curtis Jones over 12 months ago? I can't remember who it was. Who was right about Curtis Jones? Because I can't remember who it was. I know footballers. Curtis Jones has always been a good footballer. He always has been. He just needed the opportunity. Looks like Amrabat's back issues are a recurring problem. He's going to struggle at having to carry United's midfield on his back. Big as my boy, honesty. Muscle tear in the ankle for Lavia. If that's a torn ligament, that could be months out for Lavia, which would be really fucking annoying. Seriously though, what was Lavia thinking? He would have walked straight into our starting 11. Yeah, probably. Maybe that's why we weren't as interested in him. Did you hear about the new Anthony news? United's finished. Look, that Anthony stuff, if it's true, is horrible. It's absolutely horrible news and fucking vile. I don't agree at all with anything that he's done. And the fact that it was done before he went to United, so they couldn't have done background checks or anything, is just embarrassing from that football club. And I hope that the victims, if it is true, get all the support that they need, because it's not right. And I hope the book gets thrown at Anthony, because shit like that just doesn't land. It doesn't land. Lavia is my choice for flop of the season. Who's yours? Obvious choice, Havertz. Caicedo. Caicedo, £115 million to be outclassed by Conor Gallagher every game and Endo every game. What are we doing here, people? I don't have big issues. Yeah, look, we fucked around with Lavia. We pissed him off. Caicedo can do one, but Lavia's the one who have got a little bit more sort of thing. Did you know that Darwin asked Suarez blessing to get his number 9 shirt? Yeah, and I think he said if Suarez wants to come back, he'd give him it back. Nunes is a class act. Nunes is a very humble guy, and I love Nunes. I think he's boss, and I hope he has all the success in the world at our football club. I trust in Klopp regarding the players he's getting in, but there's always a fine line between success and failure on this level. I agree. Thing is, Jürgen loves Gravenberch. He wants them for ages. I don't know if it's Jürgen who loves them. I thought it was just the recruitment staff who loved them. Friday afternoon. Oh, Friday. No, Friday afternoon. What time do you think I start drinking on a Friday? No, Whiteley Ali's AC Milan. Can't see it happening. Milan's on the way up. You never know. United need the ball progression. Someone that was good in the first phase. Gravenberch is that. I think Gravenberch is better in the middle phase, though. United in a mess. Anthony Sancho, the Glazers, staying United as a circus. I said Jones is a good squad player for months. No. I specifically remember you, Ryan, saying that we should be selling Curtis Jones alongside Harvey Elliott because they're both not good enough. Tom, we've won everyone starts like CJ. It's almost like Ram. We were right. It's almost like we were right. Big result, Gary Richards. Liverpool win the league. Fingers crossed about that. If Jones had played against Chelsea in the midfield, it's the Gakpo would have won that game. It's almost like someone said that. Who said that? Who said that? Lol Tom, CJ, best player ever. This is the thing. I don't even think I'm not one of the ones who oversells Curtis Jones. I don't say he should be starting week in, week out. He should be getting the number 8. No, I understand what Curtis Jones is. And I feel like a lot of people try and underplay what he is. He's a fantastic player who can feature a lot for this football team. That's what he is. And I think people just need to respect that because he's a top player. On Lavia, even people here in Belgium are like, why did he choose Chelsea? It was not the right move. It's almost like every single player that chose Chelsea over us this summer has had people in their country go, why did he do that? Who's on the back of the shirt? Luis Garcia, he drinks sangria. He came from Barca to Liverpool. He's 5'4" heaven. Oh, he's 5'7". Sorry, he's football heaven. So please don't take my Luis away. Luis Garcia, he drinks sangria. He came from Barca to Liverpool. He's 5'7". He's football heaven. So please don't take my Luis away. Yeah, Luis Garcia's on the back of the shirt, mate. I haven't seen it. No, I've just seen that he scored, so I'll have to have a look at it afterwards. He's not number 8. I've got other Stevie shirts. Nunes actually played very well against Villa, just needed the goal. Yeah, that's what happens with Nunes sometimes. Someone wrote the funniest chat in Hassam's stream yesterday. Saudis after our plays, police is after United's. Mental. I said sell Curtis Jones before he became good at the end of last season. Oh, so you're a bandwagoner then, Ryan? Is that what we're saying? You're a bandwagoner. Okay. Bajcetic should play 6 ahead of Endo if, of course, there's game for the year and decides to play more of 6. Probably. You play it by ear. You play by form. You play by ear. We need to convert Curtis, then the mission is complete. That's never happening. Unfortunately. My thoughts on Per Black. He died. He's not dead. You've seen him lead. It's all right. Fun fact. No, Luis Garcia is not. What? Luis Garcia 8. He's 5'10". Oh no! It doesn't work when you say 5'10". Oh no! The song's ruined now. Matip is that right? The back in the Surveyor system is kind of cold. It's still not Canate, but it's passable, is what it is. It's passable at points. Tom, will you start a midfield of Curtis Jones, Bajcetic, and Thiago in the Europa League? I'll start a midfield of Curtis Jones, Bajcetic, and Endo or Elliott in the Europa League. Opinion on Top Boy, haven't watched any of it. All I know is Duchene's in it. And the only thing I know about Duchene is because he's Scouse, and whenever Top Boy comes out with a new series, there's about a week where I just get shit Scouse accents thrown at me because of Duchene. I'm going to pass on number 10. Luis Garcia was boss. Yeah, Pablo, thanks for the happy birthday. I'm 18 now. I keep changing ages by the day. Curtis just stepped up. Curtis was always there. He just never got the opportunity. Gravenberch will be saying to us 6-7 minutes goals will be vital after the break. Maybe you're right, Gary. Maybe you're right. Massive and Trent Loki have a better understanding together than Trent and Canate. No, they don't. The only reason you're saying that is because of Aston Villa. Aston Villa, you saw a completely different role for Trent. If Canate was playing that game, it'll look even better. Do you reckon we go for Andre and Jan? I think so. I think we've done a lot of groundwork. I'd be shocked to see us pull out of it now. But 35 minutes. I'm going to love yous and leave yous, people. If you're new, you're not already, make sure you hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, turning on the notification bell so you don't miss any more content. We are on the road to monetization. So share the streams, get more people coming over. And as I said on Hazam's channel, the first monetized stream I do, which I'm sure will get a lot of you happy, will be going through my worst takes of all time. So that'll be sure to get a lot of these going. But I'm gonna love yous and leave yous in a bit, everyone. In a bit. Ta-ra.